proof.
I want you to think back to one of your earliest church experiences. Now I'm going to tell you one about mine. So every fifth Sunday of the month, we had something that our church called Mission Sunday. And as a little girl, Mission Sunday for me was a bunch of old people get up on the stage and mundanely talk about a foreign mission. It was a little immature back then. It meant that our feast of Sunday lunch was postponed and the church service went longer. Really devastating time for young Anna Buskirk. But one Sunday in particular, two young people walk up to the stage. And I was shocked. It's like, the routine is broken. And so I immediately sit up in my seat and I'm intrigued. And the people who get up and talk were none other than Michaela and Derek Shipley. And that is the mission that I'm going to be talking to you about today. So what is their mission? Their mission is called Shipley, Norway. So context clues, their last name is Shipley. Norway, where is it based? You guessed it, Norway. So Shipley, Norway. It is based in Stavanger, Norway. And the idea to start this mission started way back in 2014. So their mission started with two young people and they were just out of college. I find this incredible because my college plans, I cannot imagine starting a mission right out of college, but they did. So Derek and Michaela started as two young adults and alumni of Ball State University. So when I heard that, when they were talking at my church, I was so excited because I was like, Ball State, that is so close to my house. And it was really cool to see. So their main goal of their mission is to minister to a secular and lost country and to build genuine friendships with locals. So what is their ministry project? So it is to build a ceramic studio. So what is that? Ceramic studio is a housing facility. With this, their goal is to build genuine relationships and friendships with local Norwegians in a genuine way. And so one way of doing this would be a house church. So let's be honest, if you're a new Christian or thinking about, following Jesus with your life, going into church could be a little intimidating. So that is the idea of a house church, just a more inclusive and non-scary way of going to church. So, and a larger house has the intentions of hosting international mission trips. So what I love about this idea is it is long-term growth. So the place that they're renting, they have currently outgrown, which is incredible that God has been working, but it's also creating a problem. More growth means bigger facility. So why the need for a mission in Norway? So Norway is the fourth richest country and has a population of 5.4 million people. It's a lot of people. However, less than 3% of their population are practicing followers of Jesus. That is heartbreaking. Out of 5.4 million people, less than 3% of the population follow Jesus. It is a heartbreaking statistic. So, Michaela first heard God calling her into missions when she was just 14 years old. That is crazy. The fact that she was so in tune with God as a 14-year-old, and he continued to feed her hunger when her parents hosted a Norwegian foreign exchange student, and she got to learn about their culture. I think this is so cool because you could just see how God's hand was orchestrating this mission from the very beginning. And I find that so cool. So her eyes were opened when she got to visit Norway and truly see how lost of a nation Norway was. So later, when Michaela met Derek and shared her passion for Norway missions, God laid that same passion on Derek's heart too. So I love that God used her husband and her to both be missionaries in Norway. So the creation of genuine friendships in Norway leads to discipleship. So what I love about them is they're genuine people. I've got to listen to them, like sitting in the pew you could just see their hunger and their desire for the Lord and to see hearts changed. And that is just absolutely incredible and is so needed in our world today. So the spreading of the gospel in Norway, their plan is to do it in a sweet and intimate way that transforms hearts to Jesus. So they're going to be bringing life to a spiritually dead country. So when the light of Jesus is brought into the darkest place, change can happen and revival can happen, which is incredible and is something to be excited about. It can lead to a changed nation and secular culture. So how can you personally support this mission? You can donate to their specific ministry projects like the ceramic studio, and then hopefully you can, in a few years, when that is, ready and built, you can actually go on a mission trip there. I hope to do that. I think that would be absolutely incredible, and that is something I would like to do. And then you could also pray, of course. You have no idea how much prayer can affect and empower people, because it's the power of the Lord. So, how specifically can we pray? You can pray for the gospel in Norway. So, spreading the gospel is scary, honestly, even though it is so incredible and it shouldn't be scary, but it's intimidating. So, the spreading of the gospel so that the Norwegians and internationals would readily accept it, and that Derek and Michaela can present it in a way that they can understand. Because you can present the gospel, but if they don't get it, you didn't really do your job. So that they could be able to present it in a way that, that they would understand and readily accept it. And you also could pray for encouragement. Movement forward into ministry life is scary. They grew up in little Indiana. Muncie, Indiana, that's pretty small. And now they're in Stavanger, Norway, one of the 4th richest countries, and it's big, so that can be scary. So prayers that they just have peace, because peace is amazing. And that God would be moving, because we are positive that He always is moving, and that He's opening doors for their missions. And also transition. Smooth sailing into transition of foreign culture and lifestyle. The lifestyle is really different. So just prayers that they would get that and that they would make friends, because, it takes a village. Okay, and then lastly, you could pray for language, learning the Norwegian language, that they would pick it up and be productive, and that when they go to spread the gospel, that they wouldn't mess up words, because translation, it can be hard, it can be confusing. Just prayers that would go smoothly. So in conclusion, Shipley Norway is something I am very passionate about, because I have seen the people. They're not some power-hungry, money-craving, large corporation. They are two small town people, young adults who hunger for the Lord, which is absolutely incredible. So I'm very passionate about this mission. I hope that you can share this passion with me, and that you guys can, you could be kingdom workers and spread God's love by giving, by praying. It is something so small that can change so many lives. I don't think you guys understand the power and the ability you have to change lives for the Lord. It is incredible. So I do actually have information sheets if you would like more information, because there's pictures. Who doesn't love pictures? You can put a face to the name, and it has all their contact information and just a better overview. So thank you for listening, and I really hope that you would consider giving and supporting Shipley Norway.